I'm sure everybody has seen it. We just kind of want to talk about it, and then we have like a closing on that. So this is brought to you by Live Action. A teen faces first-degree murder charges for dumping newborn in hospital trash. A 19-year-old in New Mexico is facing a charge of first-degree murder with the alternative of child abuse resulting in death, as well as a charge of tampering with evidence after a full-term baby reportedly born at 38 weeks was found dead in a hospital garbage bag.
Oh my gosh.
Alexi Trevozo allegedly went to Artesia General Hospital in late January complaining of back pains. She denied being pregnant, but the lab work run by doctors showed she was. While at the hospital, Treviso locked herself in the bathroom for an extended period of time, according to KOB4. After she returned from the bathroom, a member of the custodial staff found a large blood spill in the bathroom and said the trash can was heavier than it should have been. She called two nurses for assistance, and the nurses found the baby in the trash. When questioned by doctors, she claimed that the baby wasn't breathing when he was born, and she didn't know what to do because he wasn't crying, so she put him in the trash. And the body cam footage, I think this is what everybody has seen, and this is like, oh, this is so sad. She says, quote, "I'm sorry it came out of me and I didn't know what to do. I was just scared. It was not crying or nothing." End quote. When her mother asked, "Why did you do it?" she said, "It came out of me. I put it in the bag, in the trash bag. I'm sorry, Mom." Investigators found that the baby was born alive and died shortly after birth, likely due to suffocation from being in the trash bag. An autopsy in March ruled his death a homicide, and she was arrested for murder on May 10th. This is so sad. I remember the first time I watched the video on Twitter, so it's been going around Twitter for maybe a little bit less than a week, and
Mm.
it's actually like almost made me cry. There's a lot of emotions going on for it
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
I mean, she murdered a child,
Mm-hmm.
and she did not, in the video, she does not sound like she really has remorse for that murder. And she kept calling it, which is trying
Mm-hmm.
to disassociate from the baby, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think she fully realized like what she did. And I think that goes to education. Why we do a lot of things that we do is for this education. Girls are being told it's a clump of cells, it's not real. Oh, if they don't breathe, it's not. Girls are being told that. So of course they're gonna have such a callous like reaction to it. Because that's what
Yeah.
they're being told. That's what they've been told their whole life. Planned Parenthood comes in like fifth grade, explains to them X, Y, and Z. All right, that's what they're told their whole life. So
Yeah.
there's not a, they're not going to get it. She's not, and I don't think I still don't think she gets it. Like, at least in the video,
Yeah.
look at she got it. So
Yeah.
that was a part of it. It's also sad because to me, I think she did know she was pregnant. I think she was upset. She was mad that all that stuff happened and that's how she reacted. So, like, that's crazy. And to be honest,
Mm.
and I I don't want to like blame the mom. I'm not blaming the mom at all, but I think the mom knew too. Like the way she was talking in the video, she's like,
Yeah.
"I told you, we've talked about this." So then, what if you didn't know? What? Why would you bring that up to her? Like, you just randomly talk about what happens if you kill your child? So anyway, so those are my thoughts, and I don't like. I have sadness for this girl if she does not repent. I have sadness for her if she doesn't understand, come to the weight of the knowledge of like what she's done, and she's not sorry about it. Like that's the part I have sadness for her. But like just so callously, and the idea of putting it in the trash can. There's times where people have unfortunately murdered their child and they'll wrap it in a blanket and then they'll place it somewhere to be found. And that's wrong too. But like that is a sign of remorse. That's a sign of like, oh, this is
Mm-hmm.
so sad.
Yeah.
When you put a baby in a trash can, that's a sign of like, oh, this is disgusting. Get me out. Like you don't put.
Yeah.
I mean, we
This is
don't even.
garbage. This
Right.
this human being is garbage
We don't even put
to be
like
disposed.
people don't even put like their dead fish in trash can most of the time. Like that's like not to be well, I guess I lighten the mood, but like I've never thrown away
Right.
my fish if my fish has died.
Right.
And when I was younger, I remember burying it in the backyard. So like,
Oh.
so like that's like the trash is just such a terrible. But this once again, this goes back to like if you don't value life, this is kind of the next like of course I'll just throw it in it's inconvenient for me. I'll just put it in the trash can. And that's just so, and then the 38 weeks is so crazy. And like, how do you not know? Even though there's also this video going around about this woman who was in labor and she found out she was having a baby. It's on Twitter. So I don't know how that happens. I feel like it's not as common as they want us to make it think. Want to make us think. But anyway, like, how do you not 38 weeks? That's so crazy. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Freeman, what are yours?
No, I love how you're making this connection between the dehumanization
Yeah, because that's what
um
it
of
is.
children. Like I guess I didn't think about it that way. Maybe she has heard the narrative that you're you can be unpregnant
Right.
like and it didn't happen. It doesn't happen. It was not there was nothing to mourn, nothing to be sad about, nothing. It just didn't happen. Like I think that's such a great connection, Mallory. Um I think like also like if you look at this mugshot, like the girl looks so young. She's
I
beautiful.
know.
She
She's
looks
so young.
she looks terrified. Like I like to think that she knew that this was a child. I mean, she said it wasn't breathing like like human beings breathe. Like so
That's
I think
true.
she knew. I think there was like a connection being made, but of course she was in denial. I think she knew she was pregnant, but she was also in denial. I think you can be both of those things. I think she certainly wasn't thinking straight. I just wish she would have told someone. I mean, she
Yeah.
literally was in a hospital with nurses and doctors all around. Like it does not it doesn't make sense and I get that she was freaked out. I can't imagine how freaked out you must be, especially if you really didn't know you were pregnant. Like and then you start going into labor. How scary would that be?
Yeah.
That's obviously no excuse. I think I hope she's screened for mental illness. I hope that she is taken to some kind of therapy because, and I hope also that like the housekeeper and like these nurses get like
Oh,
lifetime therapy
yeah. I
because
cannot
like
imagine.
the toll that not only did this take on her, her child, her mom, but also like probably everyone in that hospital is like freaking out right now. I mean, so I just worry for them, their well being. Like, this has such a ripple effect. And it makes me think about safe haven laws. Like, this could have been avoided. She
Absolutely.
could have given birth. She could have sought medical care. She was literally getting medical
I
care.
was gonna
Like,
say, like, she could have just been given birth and be like, I can't do this, and they would have been like, okay, fine. We got
she
some.
can leave. Like, you
Yeah.
legally can leave your unborn child at the hospital.
Yeah. She was already,
You,
that's the thing that gets, she was already there. She was already,
exactly.
she didn't even have to get up and move someplace. She was already there.
Exactly. So, I also like I'm wondering how the mom is doing. Like I can't imagine
I
my
cannot
daughter
imagine.
doing that to my grandchild. I mean, how confusing and complicated and complex those emotions might be. But we really should talk about safe haven laws because like we said, this could have been avoided. You can leave for those who don't know, you can leave. And not that this is an ideal situation at all. Not that we are saying this like easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like
No,
it is traumatic. It is
for all
courageous. Like,
people involved.
yes. But there are laws to prevent this kind of thing from happening. Safe haven laws encourage women who are considering abandonment, or they might have to resort to abandonment. They're encouraging them to leave their child, your newborn, and in North Carolina, up to 7 days with a public official. You can leave your child at a fire station, at a hospital. Like, you do not have to resort to this. Women, you do not have to resort to abandonment because no one wants to be in the position that Miss Treviso is in right now.
Yeah. And you don't have to. Like, there's also the baby boxes. There's also baby boxes. I don't think we have any in North Carolina yet, but I know there's some in Florida. There's some in Connecticut. There are so many options. You do not have to resort to murder. You
What's a
do
baby box? I've never heard of this.
um So the baby boxes are they're attached to um they're attached to like buildings, I want to say fire stations, things like that, and you pull the lever, you put the baby in, and then there's an alarm that comes off and someone comes racing and takes the baby. And
Wow.
there's no like repercussion. I don't
No
even,
question,
yeah, I don't
no,
think they
it
even
can be
ask.
totally anonymous.
Yeah, safe haven baby boxes. And I can link the website to that. And it's just like, I don't know if you can like see.
Got it.
They're like
Yeah.
attached to the building, and you just put the baby in, and someone comes immediately. Um, to wrap it up, we want to read a story about a positive, happy, safe haven baby. And like, I also want to emphasize, as I've done more research into pro life and like into being pro life and like why I'm believing what I believe, like what actually is the definition of family? What is the definition of why does it even matter to care for humans? Um, I've really been my opinions on a lot of things have changed. I'm 110% pro adoption and foster care. I do
Yep.
really think, I do also want to add that, like, it is really good if a child can be with their parents. If their parents can
It's
get the help that
ideal.
they need, like, reunification is super important. I just felt the need to add that. Like,
Of
safe
course.
haven stuff is so important as well. Like, we really need that. But I do think we also should be like, we should be also pro unification. I think sometimes we like resort to adoption because it feels like easier, but just the more information I'm learning, I'm like, if we could do reunification. Anyway, I want to add this about Safe Haven Baby. This is about Riley. She was a Safe Haven baby, and here this is from uh, saveabandonedbabies.org. Being a Safe Haven baby makes 8-year-old Riley feel awesome and strong. With much charm and confidence, Riley says, quote, when I first knew I was a Safe Haven baby, I thought that what when I first knew I was a Safe Haven baby, I thought that was one special kid. Oh, that kind of doesn't make sense, but whatever. She's 8.
No, it doesn't. Well, that's what kids do, right? They don't
Right.
make sense.
Right. End quote. Cheryl Riley's mom said that she hadn't heard of the Safe Haven law until the one life changing call she and her husband received while adopting a baby. Cheryl remembers, quote, they had a baby who was relinquished in Chicago at a hospital, and they had called our adoption agency to place the child, and we were chosen from an adoption agency to be that family. So that was my first experience hearing about Safe Haven laws, which was enacted 9 years before she was born. Riley happens to be Illinois' 64th baby saved because her biological mother knew about and chose to relinquish her to a designated safe haven facility. Quote, if I had Riley's birth mom here to talk, I would have nothing but thanks to her and amazing courage it takes to do that. Ultimately, I think it's the right thing to do. It's the right choice for them to make, Riley's dad said. Both of Riley's parents say that because of the woman's decision to relinquish her child, the family was made complete when Riley was born. Additionally, they say that everything about her, everything about who she is, makes her another one of their daughters that was just, quote, meant to be. Gracie and Mackenzie, Riley's two 15-year-old sisters, wholeheartedly agree. Gracie says she's pretty fun. She's very outgoing and loud and has a lot of energy. That is so funny about the loud thing. Shell remembers the time prior to Safe Haven laws being enacted. It was heart wrenching. You'd watch the news and you hear about babies left in garbage cans, babies left in front porches, or hiding in bushes, and most of the time they would die. Since the country's first safe haven law was enacted in 1999, the National Safe Haven reports 3,524 newborns were legally relinquished using safe haven. 1,397 newborns were illegally relinquished, and 773 newborns were found deceased, and 462 newborns were found alive. So I mean, three, 3,524 plus 1,397 compared to 773 that have died.
Right.
These are great numbers. Cheryl wishes more expectant mothers who find themselves in a crisis situation knew about the option. And then I'll just link this. It's a happy story that baby Riley has found. Well, I guess she's not a baby. Um, child Riley has found a forever family, and I think that's beautiful. And these are good, positive things, and we should end on that note. Do you have anything you want to
Amen.
add?
No, again, it's not like it's an easy decision. We're not at
Right.
all saying that adoption or this safe haven law is an easy decision, but if you feel genuinely like you might have to resort to abandonment, this is an option.
Yes. Yeah. Or if you feel like you might have to resort to murder, this is the best option. If it
Of
needs to be,
course.
this is the best option. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the show, make sure you rate, like, review, subscribe, leave comments, answer questions on the Spotify. Tell all your friends. Let us know what you think about the questions we asked earlier that I can't remember at this time. Thank you guys so much. Sorry, this has gone way over, but that's okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you have a great day, night, evening, however, wherever you're listening. Bye.
Bye-bye.